Let's dive into the Nigerian presidential jet situation. It's messy, it's international, and it's giving me a headache. It started in 2001 with a bilateral investment treaty between Nigeria and China. This treaty was meant to encourage investment and protect investors. It was supposed to be a win-win. Fast forward to 2010, Zhongshan Fucheng, a Chinese company, signed a project agreement to build an industrial park in Ogun State, Nigeria. This was no small project. It promised jobs and economic growth. Zhongshan invested heavily, trusting the treaty and agreement. Everything seemed to be going well until it wasn't. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's just business, right? Contracts get terminated all the time. And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. But here's the thing. Zhongshan argued that the termination was not only unfair, but also a violation of the 2001 investment treaty. Remember that nice little agreement about protecting investors? Yeah, Zhongshan felt that Ogun State had thrown that treaty right out the window. Feeling cheated and with no other recourse, Zhongshan took the case to international arbitration in 2017. This is where things get even more complicated. International arbitration is basically a way to settle disputes outside of any single country's court system. It's like the United Nations of legal battles, and it's designed to be neutral ground. The arbitrators reviewed the case, the treaty, and the evidence presented by both sides. This wasn't some quickie trial either. It took years for them to reach a decision. Finally, in 2021, the hammer came down. The arbitrators didn't just say, yeah, Ogun State, you messed up. They ordered Nigeria, yes, the entire country, to pay a hefty sum in damages to Zhongshan. Now, you might be wondering why Nigeria was on the hook for Ogun State's actions. Well, in the world of international treaties, the federal government is often responsible for the actions of its states. It's like when your kid spills juice on your friend's new rug. You, the parent, are ultimately responsible for the cleanup. So, Nigeria was ordered to pay up. And how did they respond? Well, initially, they did what a lot of us do when faced with a bill we don't like. They ignored it. Maybe they hoped it would just go away. Maybe they were trying to figure out their next move. Whatever the reason, their lack of action didn't sit well with the arbitrators or with Zhongshan. So, Section 4, Seizing Jets, a drastic measure. Fast forward to 2023 and things took a turn for the dramatic. Zhongshan, fed up with waiting for Nigeria to cough up the money, took matters into their own hands. They seized Nigeria's presidential jets. These were the jets used by the Nigerian president himself. The seizure made headlines around the world. Nigeria was understandably not happy about their planes being held hostage. Section 5, Diplomatic Fallout and the Path Forward. This whole ordeal has created a diplomatic nightmare for Nigeria. It's damaged their international reputation and made other investors think twice about doing business there. No one wants to invest in a country where their assets could be seized because of a local government dispute. It's like trying to sell a used car with a giant dent in the side. It raises a lot of red flags. So, what happens now? That's the million-dollar question. There's talk of further legal battles. appeals, and maybe even some backroom negotiations to find a compromise. It's a messy situation with no easy solutions. The Nigerian jet seizure is a cautionary tale about the complexities of international law, investment treaties, and the importance of resolving disputes fairly and efficiently. Because let's be honest, nobody wins when presidential jets get repossessed.